Hi and welcome to Drummers Review. I'm Nolly, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a set of Zildjian FX stacks. With the ever-increasing popularity of all cymbals short, sharp and trashy, Zildjian have launched their own range of pre-configured stack cymbals in sizes from 8 inches up to 16 inches, all of which we have here for review today. These stacks pair a lightweight top, which is rumoured to be made out of the same alloy as their low-volume cymbals, with a cold-rolled steel bottom cymbal, which is designed in such a way that it can be mounted either in a traditional stack setup with both cymbals facing the same direction, or in a kind of auxiliary hi-hat setup with the bottom cymbal inverted. Each stack comes with Zildjian's proprietary cymbolt mount, which holds both cymbals in place, allows you to adjust how tight you want the stack, and then drops onto a cymbal stand in one piece, allowing for a really quick and easy setup. Ranging from £99 to £189, these effects stacks offer an easy way of getting into the world of staccato cymbal sounds. But before we go any further, let's check out a few more sound clips. These are quite smart looking cymbals, with the holes in the traditional finished cymbals on top, allowing a glimpse through to the grey of the cold rolled steel below. A few years ago they would have been quite unique in appearance, but these days quite a lot of companies seem to be going for a similar aesthetic with their effects cymbals. Now, we haven't seen steel being used in this context before, so we're curious to see how it performed, especially being such a heavy metal. Moving on to the sound, we find that stacks tend to be quite a personal choice. But with that said, it seems like this range seems to offer most of the key sounds that people go for, although some are more usable in context than others. To us, the 8 and 10 inch models sounded best clamped tight in the kind of auxiliary hi-hat configuration. It's a really cool, choked, very staccato and loud sound. To us, perhaps the 10 inch is a little bit more musical, but we could see some players wanting to incorporate both into their setups, especially if you're playing any kind of crossover electronic music and want a variety of different pitched hi-hat sounds. The 12 inch was the most versatile across the various mounting options. It's perhaps not quite as pleasing as a full-on stack as the larger 14 and 16 inch cymbals, but this would be our pick if you wanted to buy just one and wanted to cover all of your bases. The 14 and 16 inch models offered perhaps the most gratifying stack sound, and also provided some very cool, dark, almost lo-fi textures when used clamped tight in the hi-hat configuration. But that said, when we loosened it in that particular style, we weren't too keen on how they sounded. While we thought that all cymbals sounded great and do exactly what they're intended to, couldn't help feeling like it was tough to get excited about them. Perhaps it's just because there's quite an influx of these kinds of cymbals hitting the market right now. Or maybe it's because, in my experience anyway, one of the fun things about creating stacks is inventing and using your own, sometimes using, broken and old cymbals that you haven't touched in years. That's always been part of the fun of stacks for me. Perhaps I'm in the minority though, and these kinds of pre-configured stacks are already really popular amongst players. And if that's the case, you already play Zildjian and want to stay on brand, I could see these ending up on your shopping list. As a side note, we'd love to see Zildjian offering their cymbolt as a separate purchasable item, because it really is quite a functional and quick system for mounting stacks and auxiliary hi-hats. Looking at the price points that other manufacturers are selling their stacks at, it seems like for what these are, they're pretty good value for money. You could definitely spend a lot more money than this on other brands' pre-made, premium stacks, but part of me feels like if your goal is to generate ugly, trashy sounds, you don't necessarily need to be utilising the most expensive materials and artisan craftsmanship. But why don't you let us know what you think by leaving us a comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to be notified of future content, and we'll see you next time at Drummers Review.